briefly managed Stuttgart, getting into promotion to the Bundesliga back in 2020. He also managed Hoffenheim for a short period of time. As for Real Betis, Manuel Pellegrini is in charge of the team, and he's been so for a few years now, winning him also a Copa del Rey, which is the only trophy that he won with the club. And he managed to put Valles in goal, Rabal, Lorente, Rodriguez and Valentin Gomez in defence, Pablo Fornals, Marc Croca and Altimira in midfield, and Anthony Abdiazazuli just behind Hernandez. The 27-year-old Colombian up front, already got 10 goals in this campaign, having joined from Columbus Crew, the former Watford man. He won the MLS Cup with Columbus back in 2023. Mikel Oyarzabal, he's playing his 444th game. He's already got 132 goals in his entire career with Real Sociedad, and he's the club's historic all-time goal scorer. The 29-year-old, of course, he'll captain the side. Aitor Rabal will be captaining Real Betis for tonight's match, and it's going to be a very interesting match. As when it comes to the league table, the away side, Real Betis, they are in 5th place at the moment. They're 10 points behind Atletico Madrid, who early on they lost at home to Celta Vigo by a goal to nil. And of course, Celta Vigo, they are 3 points behind Real Betis, and it's getting quite complicated at the moment for Diego Simeone's men. They need a win in their next game, or if Real Betis today fails to win, it definitely guarantees Atletico Madrid a place in the Champions League. But mathematically, as it stands, Real Betis can still catch up. The team from the capital, the 3 teams have already confirmed their place in the Champions League are Barcelona, Real Madrid and Villarreal. And of course, El Clasico tomorrow at home to Barcelona. A win for them will secure La Liga, and it will be the historically first time ever when El Clasico will confirm the champions. Of course, we have to wait and see as far as that's concerned. Real Sociedad at the moment, they are 9th place with 43 points. They are 7 points behind Celta Vigo, who are in the Conference League position at the moment. However, they already have qualified for European football next season after their impressive win over Atletico Madrid a couple of weeks ago on penalties. That, as we mentioned, that was their 4th title in their history as far as Copa del Rey is concerned. Just give you a few matches that happened in this round. Round 35 for Levante, an impressive win at home against Osasuna by 3 goals to 2 early on today. 1-0 between Elche and Alaves. Sevilla with a big win over Espanyol by 2 goals to 1 after being trailing by a goal to nil. And prior to this game, as we mentioned earlier, Atletico Madrid losing at home to Celta Vigo. Tomorrow, big games as well. Mallorca, Villarreal, Athletic Bilbao against Valencia. Real Oviedo against Getafe, and of course, El Clasico, Barcelona against Real Madrid. And on Monday night, Rayo Vallecano against Girona. Players are on the field and surely will be kicking off in this important match. As we mentioned, Real Betis trying to cement their place, or more or less have cemented their place, but they will do, because Getafe won 7th place. They're on 44 points and they've still got 4 games to go. So a win today will definitely cement their place in European football next season mathematically. As far as the Champions League place is concerned, it'll still be up for grabs if they win. When it comes towards the end of the season, it's always complicated, especially down the bottom, all the way up to 11th place or even 10th place. They all can be dragged into the relegation dogfight. But for now, Real Sociedad against Real Betis. course, as far as Real Sociedad is concerned, as we mentioned, they're 4 times champions of Copa del Rey. They won La Liga 2 years on the trot, back in 81 and 82. As far as Real Betis is concerned, they were winners once of La Liga. That was back in 1935. And off we go. And it's Real Betis will get us off and underway. They'll be playing from left to right. Straight away the ball back. It was Diego Llorente, the former Leeds man. Of course, he spent a number of years with the English club, of course. And more or less secured their place, not mathematically, in the Premier League next season. They'll be playing on Monday night. First throw in the match falls for Real Sociedad. It's Jon Cortegag passing the ball down the middle. Work picked up by Oyarzabal, but the pass wasn't great, but still falls for Carlos Soler just outside the penalty area. Cross to the left-hand side. Managed to find Oscarson across down the middle. Then in the end, the ball from Barranquilla goes a few yards from the left-hand post of Valles. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Betis. Barranquilla 3 goals so far in this campaign. Now Betis once more with Ricardo Rodriguez, who's been absolutely having a great season for them, having played 21 games so far, the 33-year-old Swiss international. Now Diego Llorente once more, the 32-year-old. We've already got 1 goal so far in this campaign. Diego Llorente playing his 16th match. Passing the ball towards the right-hand side. Managed to find Hernandez. Lovely play. Once more, this time for Anthony. It was great defending and great covering by Sergio Gomez. Brilliant defending by the 25-year-old. Anthony otherwise would find himself way clear forward from the right. Karateka deep inside his own half. Managed to find Barranquilla once more. Managed to cross the halfway line inside the centre circle. Managed to find Oyarzabal. He's coming forward. And this time to Oscarson inside the penalty area. And that was great defending this time by Valentin Gomez. And the ball goes out of play. Brilliant defending by Real Betis. It's a lovely ball by Oyarzabal. It's a bit too much in the end. But Real Sociedad will get the first corner of the match. They'll be coming from the right-hand side. Early chance for them to take the lead inside 3 minutes. Referee's having a few words, a few pushing and shoving as usual. It's going to be the Japanese. Kubo, cross the ball, cleared away by Betis, and now trying to go on a counter-attack through Anthony. Coming through down the middle, managed to find Fornals. Lovely release here to Hernandez, the left-hand side, deep inside the Real Sociedad half. And Hernandez still coming forward, passing inside the penalty area. Anthony with the ball, great save by Romero. And the ball's been cleared away. Great play by Real Betis and a brilliant save by Romero. And now he's down injured. Lovely ball, came from the left-hand side of the penalty area, picked up Hernandez, and the lovely pass through down the middle, and Anthony from 8 yards out, 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, brilliantly saved by Romero. Great save by the 31-year-old. Of course, he's down injured at the moment, and I'm sure as far as Matarazzo, the Real Sociedad manager, is concerned, he'd be worried because he had a corner and literally within less than 30 seconds with that counter-attack for Betis, nearly put themselves in big, big trouble. Now Real Sociedad started from the back once more. And Aristondo sending it all the way back here for Romero. Seems to be okay, able to continue. There's few players on the bench for Real Betis, for Real Sociedad. Pablo Marin, Herrera's back from injury. And Lucas Sucic as well. And Wesley, they're all on the bench. Guedes, of course, and Aramburu, who always been ever present for Real Sociedad in this campaign. They're both out injured. And that's for the away side for Real Betis. Riquelme, Lo Celso, Arambat, Bellerin, Natan, they're all on the bench today. I'm sure they come as they needed, but Mark Bartra, Adrian, the goalkeeper, and Pablo Garcia, alongside Angel Ortiz, they're all out injured. Sociedad with Yon. Passing the ball down the middle to Kubo, the Japanese international. Managed to get himself a free kick. Halfway through inside the Real Betis half. We just passed the 5th-minute mark. If you're just joining us, it's Real Sociedad 0, Real Betis 0. It's down the middle. Looks like Carlos Soler, former PSG man, spent 1 season on loan with West Ham United. Taking a free kick, and the line of players lining up on the edge of the penalty area. Of course, they hope that we won't have the same mistake again. They had a free kick that this time it played short to Kubo, down the middle to Yon. Now nearly they lost the ball, and that they did. And now Anthony, 1-on-1 with the keeper. He's still coming forward. Anthony with the ball, and he misses. What a chance for Anthony. He was released completely unmarked. It was again started from a free kick for Real Sociedad. They played it short. They lost the ball just inside the Real Sociedad half. Picked up by Anthony. He left 3 defenders behind him and just inside the penalty area. And he completely missed the target. A yard off the Alex Romero's left-hand post. That's the second chance Anthony had inside 6.5 minutes. Both 1-on-1 with the keeper. One was brilliant to save by Romero, and the second time he went a yard away from Romero's left-hand post. What a start for Betis. What a start for Anthony. And I'm sure Pellegrini will be livid with them 2 chances being missed the way it has been from his Brazilian player. On the other hand, Matarazzo will be also worried because it's a corner and a free kick that led to that counter-attack. Very careless by the home side, giving away the 2 balls to Real Betis. Romero with the balls. Plenty of Real Betis players inside the Real Sociedad half. Managed to find Jean Martin, the 20-year-old, who's been having a really good season, the 22-year-old. This time managed to keep the ball, and now Oscarson coming forward from the right-hand side, coming inside the penalty. 1-on-1 with the keeper, trying to pass the ball to Barandechia, and it's picked up by the goalkeeper. 3 big chances, 2 for Betis, and this time for Real Sociedad. It was well released for Oscarson. And now this time once more is an open play here, and Pablo Ronaldo crossing the ball inside the middle, picked up by Hernandez inside the 6-yard box, and again a great save by Romero, and this time from Abdi Al-Zazuli. I've never seen a start like this before in my life. 3 or 4 big chances, 3 for Real Betis, 1 for Real Sociedad, and I could not see and find where the defenders were in every single occasion. Players are being completely unmarked by their both side of defenders and led for 4 big chances. And this time came from Al-Zazuli inside the 6-yard box, and a brilliantly saved by Romero. And previously to that, Oscarson himself for Real Sociedad, nicely released down the middle. He was 1-on-1 with the keeper. And now is another chance down the middle. Picked up this time for Betis from Altimira. And a shot from outside. And it goes over the bar. And this time from Fornals from the edge of the penalty area. What a game we're having. What a start it has been here at San Sebastian. Incredible stuff. It's going to be a warning sign for both managers. Careless defending. And if it wasn't for both goalkeepers, it would not have been 0-0 as it stands. And Oscarson Charles, he was 1-on-1 with Vallas, the Betis goalkeeper. And he decided to try to pass the ball to his left. to Jon, but his pass was so slow, it was easy for Valles to pick it up. Unbelievable stuff. And now Real Sociedad starting from the left-hand side, still inside their own half here. Oyarzabal playing deep inside his own half here for Real Sociedad, the captain, and we just passed the 10th minute mark. Still 0-0, but no one knows how it's still 0-0. 3 big chances for Real Betis to take the lead, and 1 for Real Sociedad, who on the ball now. They give the ball away. Great defending here by Rubel. And this time, trying to release Fornals on the right-hand side, deep inside the Real Sociedad half. It slipped over the ball. But in the end, it's good defending by Jon. Going to be throw-in for Real Betis. See the look of Pellegrini shaking his head. He knows that his defence were guilty, but they do take advantage of the carelessness of Real Sociedad defenders 3 times so far. Now Betis. Long ball forward is a bit too much for the Moroccan. Abdi El Zazuri is going to be a Real Sociedad ball deep inside their own half. I've never seen defenders not even marking their players so early in the stage. 4 chances, carbon copy in the way that their defenders have completely unmarked the opposition side. And now Betis managed to get the ball again. It's been surrounded by 4 Sociedad players, and the ball goes out of play. It's going to be throw in for Betis. Play quickly. Picked up Fornals to Abdi. Great interception, but in the end, Fornals managed to correct himself and get the ball back deep inside his own half. And now Diego Llorente passing the ball down the middle. Picked up by Altamiro to Anthony, just on the halfway line. Lovely play for once fine Altamiro, trying to send the ball back for Anthony. This time it was good defending by Carlos Soler. 12 minutes gone, 0-0. 4 big chances. When I say 4, all of them involved one-on-one with keepers. 3 times for Betis, once for Real Sociedad, and all been brilliantly saved by Alex Romero for the home side and Alvaro Valles for Real Betis. Jon with the ball, managed to find Barranquilla down the middle, sending the ball to the left-hand side, managed to release Gomez. Gomez to Barranquilla again on the edge of the penalty area. It's been covered well this time by Diego Llorente. And the ball goes out, play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Real Betis. But what a start. Brilliant start for the neutrals watching this match. Of course, just worth reminding that tomorrow will be the Clásico, the big game, Barcelona and Real Madrid, and it could lead to Barcelona winning La Liga. And now Real Sociedad from the right hand side to Elizondo on the edge of the penalty area, across inside the box, headed away by Rubal. Hasn't been cleared yet properly, but it's picked up this time by Betis. Passing the ball forward, but it's great interception this time by Jon. And then Sergio Gomez sending the ball back all the way to Alex Romero. Now Jon once more, deep inside his own half. There's plenty of Betis players trying to pressurize the Real Sociedad players here inside their own half. Of course, Sociedad, they would love to climb up the ladder, of course, after having a horrible start for the season. And then Pellegrino Matarazzo coming to save the club in December 6 months ago, and the improvement being absolutely brilliant for the San Sebastian club, having dragged them from the bottom 3 to fighting for European places, and he guaranteed them that with that Copa del Rey win a couple of weeks ago against Atletico on left-hand corner flag here, Real Sociedad. Taken by Gomez, the 25-year-old, 31 games so far in this campaign for Real Sociedad. Of course, on the other end, on the right back position, Elizondo, the 32-year-old, He's only playing his 13th match tonight. Normally he's occupied that position by the Venezuelan Aaron Buru, who's been one of the stars of the season as far as Real Sociedad is concerned. I think it's fair to say most of them have been the stars since December when Matarazzo took over at that time. Just inside the Betis half, ball picked up by Kaletakar to Yon from the left-hand side. A very interesting game so far, and of course a few games happened earlier. Go through them again, and now Barrenechea coming through down the middle. He's got support from his left. He managed to find Sergio Gomez not far off from the penalty area, and Barrenechea has been quite active in the middle. So he does play on the left-hand side. Yon Barrenechea. Now trying to get the ball back here, and lovely play. He is on the ball inside the penalty area, but is well defended by Diego Llorente. And the ball is going to be a throw on the left-hand side of the Betis penalty box. And to Yon. Yon is outside the penalty area, sending the ball down the middle. Playing a bit of the deeper role here for Carlos Soler. To Kubo. Kubo. Few passes outside the penalty area here. Goes once more to Yon. Few short passes coming to the edge. Oyarzabal couldn't control the ball, trying to go around a couple of players, but it was good defending by Llorente again, who cleared the ball away deep inside the Real Sociedad half. On the move again, once more to Barrenechea, coming forward, cutting through down the middle. Barrenechea have his shot, as it took a slight deflection, but on the rebound, it's a bit too much for the Icelandic Oskarsson. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Betis. Ori Oskarsson, the 21-year-old Icelandic international, joining from AFC Copenhagen a couple of seasons ago. So 10 matches so far for Iceland, so only 3 goals. He's already got 6 goals so far in this campaign. Only played 17 games, so it's good return so far. But now it's Betis on the move, this time with Hernandez. Halfway through inside the Real Sociedad half. Managed to find Anthony, the Brazilian. Creepy and forward slightly. Couldn't find a space, sending the ball down the middle. Picked up by Mark Roca. Roca. Trying to find a space, but it's good defending here from Oskarsson again. And now it's been pushed back here, Betis. Diego Llorente. To the captain. Aitor Rabal playing his 26th match, 4 goals so far in this campaign for Aitor Rabal, the 30-year-old. That's a long ball forward by the captain. It's well headed back this time by Aritz. Back to his keeper, Alex Romero. It's Aitor Rabal, the 30-year-old Spaniard, joined from Leganes in 2020. He won the Copa del Rey with the club back in 2022, 4 years ago. And here today, trying to give his club a hope to have a bit of a chance. It has to be catastrophic last 3 games for Atletico Madrid if to be left out of the Champions League spot. But Betis, as far as they're concerned, they're trying to... He only scored his first goal of the campaign last weekend. He nearly doubled his tally a few moments ago. Sociedad just inside the Betis half, trying to find Barrenechea. Great defending this time by Mark Roca to Altimira. For now, switching the ball to the right hand side, managed to pick up Anthony. Now Anthony against Gomez. Going to try and cut through down the middle. It's good defending, good cover by Sergio Gomez. Been very reliable left back for Sociedad. But they are trying this time around once more through Anthony, trying to keep the ball, chip the ball forward. But it's a bit too much for Rabal, and good covering by Kaletakar, and it's going to be a goal kick for Real Sociedad. And I'm sure Anthony would look back at the 2 big chances that he had more than anyone else. As we mentioned, there were two one-on-one with the keepers. One Brilliantly saved by Romero. And the other one, who completely missed the target. He went about a yard to the left-hand side of the goalkeeper, who's now himself on the ball. Romero. Of course, Romero, performance so far has been absolutely brilliant for Real Sociedad. And now they're on the ball. There's been plenty of players from Real Betis, and they nick the ball away from them. And now a shot from outside, it just goes over the bar. Again, Sociedad being so careless inside their own half. It's not the first time we said it. And they gave the ball away. This time through Kubo, was complaining that he was pulled. It was right in front of the referee. He had no problems with that. And Pablo Fornals, his shot from 20 yards out was a yard just over the bar. The Japanese international was complaining, and now he's on the ball, passing the ball down the middle to Oscarson inside the penalty area, trying to chip the ball, and the ball just goes wide. Again, another chance. This time for Real Sociedad. Chances at both ends. Lovely pass through down the middle by Cuba, picked up Oscarson on the rebound in front of him from 10 yards out, slightly towards the right, trying to chip the ball. And the ball goes slowly a yard away from Valla's right-hand post. I'm not going to predict who's going to score the first goal. It's been chances, big chances both ends, but it's still 0-0. Only just hit the 26th minute. Plenty of chances that both neither side managed to capitalise on. And now Real Sociedad on the move again. Still playing deep inside their own half. They need to be careful not to give the ball away. It happened more than once. And now Barranquilla inside the centre circle, switching the ball to the left-hand side. Now Caleta Carr managed to release Sergio Gomez. He's still coming forward. Gomez to the left-hand side of the penalty area. Great defending by Rebel this time round. And now Rebel clears the ball forward, headed away this time by Caleta Carr. Picked up by Barranquilla again. Halfway through inside, cut through down the middle. Still inside the Betis half. Barranquilla. Small cross towards the left, and now Sergio Gomez completely unmarked. Cross the ball inside the box, and a header from Oscarson. That's a great save on the goal line by Valles. Brilliant cross from the left. And it's well picked up by Oscarson from 7 yards out. Straight at the keeper. You have to save it on the goal line. And now Betis on the move. But that was great interception by Real Sociedad. It's picked up by Jean Martin. To Caleta Carr. To Sergio Gomez. What a game we're having here at San Sebastian. And now Oyarzabal on the left-hand side, trying to cut through down the middle, just inside the Real Betis half. But it was a challenge from behind by Anthony. It's going to be free kick for the home side. Play quickly inside the centre circle through Martin. Switch to the right-hand side by Kubo, but it's cleared away. Good defending this time by Ricardo Rodriguez. The throw on the halfway line from the right-hand side for Real Sociedad. Played long, managed to pick up Oscarson. Well defended this time by Altamira. Through big time all the way back to Rebel. Play at centre half at the moment as Diego Llorente heading back. Still in possession with the ball here, but it's deep inside on our half, and now we're seeing plenty of Real Sociedad players defending from the front. It's probably the first time that we've seen that. Betis are now trying to get off their own half. Or Rebel from the right-hand side. This time it's well defended by Sergio Gomez, and they managed to get the throw in as well here. Yon Martin. To Yon once more inside the centre circle. To Gomez on the left-hand side, passing the ball forward. Managing to relieve Barranquilla, but it's two defenders in front of him. Rebel and Anthony. And now he gets the receiving ball, however, and now on against Rebel. Trying to go around him. Lovely flick on forward. Release Gomez on his own. Passing the ball through down the middle. Took a great interception by Diego Llorente and he cleared the ball away. The ball's still up in the air between both set of players. And the referee plays play on. In fact, he has whistled in the end. It was a foul against Diego Llorente inside his own half, trying to give the advantage. Mr. Ruiz, challenged by Carlos Soler. The advantage didn't materialise, so he did go back to that free kick position while Diego Llorente is still down injured as well. Plenty of chances we've seen so far in the first half an hour of this match. The chance has been at both ends. It's fair to say that Real Sociedad have been more of the guilty part here, because a number of times they lost the ball inside their own half that led so many chances for Real Betis, but Betis couldn't capitalise on them. Having just passed the 30th minute, wonder for how long it takes to break the deadlock. It's still 0-0. Now Llorente, ball forward, cleared away by Real Sociedad, trying to go on a counter-attack, but well intercepted this time by Marc Roca. To Altamira, inside the 60-yard centre circle. Farnals trying to release Ricardo Rodriguez on the left-hand side, but this time Sociedad pick up the ball with Yon. Yon needs to be careful. He lost the ball outside his penalty area. It was a late challenge on Abdi Al-Zazou. The referee says play on because they're still in possession. Passing the ball down the middle to Anthony. This time to Hernandez. Inside the penalty area. Has a shot. A great block on the rebound. He nearly lost it again. Real Sociedad, but eventually it was Alex Romero who came for the rescue, cleared the ball away. And now Betis once more. Anthony from crossing the ball inside the 6-yard box, and this time the header from Hernandez. It goes way over the bar from 10 yards out. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Sociedad. What are they doing, Real, the home side? How many times that defensive line lost that ball? And in the last one, it was a shot by Hernandez. And Carlos Soler on the rebound from that save from Romero, trying to leave the ball for Romero to pick up, but Hernandez was right in front of him, and it needed Romero to clear the ball away very, very quickly. But this time, Real Sociedad, long ball forward towards the left-hand side, meant to pick up Sergio Gomez. It's a bit too much for the number 17 left-back. Throw-in taken by the captain Rabal, deep inside his own half on the right-hand side. Managed to find Diego Llorente, former Roma Real Sociedad player, joined from Leeds back in 2024, who was part of the Real Sociedad team that won Copa del Rey back in 2020. And now once more, coming through down the middle here for Real Betis. To the right hand side for Anthony, halfway through inside, managed to release this time. For now, again to Rebel inside the penalty here from the right hand side, chip the ball inside the box, and a header, this time by Hernandez, but is well blocked by the defender. Brilliant defending by Aritz. The ball goes out. It was a brilliant play by Rebel from the right. He was released by Anthony. After all that, it would not have been counted, and the corner would not be given. Rebel initially was in a free kick position when he received that ball. He's going to be an offside for Real Sociedad. So Diego Llorente, as we mentioned, he's one of the players who play for both clubs. Real Sociedad, and now he plays the trade with Real Betis since 2024 after leaving the Premier League. And now Sociedad once more on the move. Aris on the right-hand side to Jean-Martin, the impressive 20-year-old centre-back. And indeed, he was very impressive in the final against Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey, who are now the current champions, and that takes them to European football next season, regardless of where they finish. Now Real Betis on the move once more. This time picked up by Mark Rocco on the halfway line. To Altamira, switching the ball to the right side for Rebel. Just on the halfway line, and again Rocco. They're trying to use the short passes here at the moment, trying to find the spaces. But Real Sociedad, so far at this moment in time, they've been closing all the gaps in that midfield. Fair to say, I think, if I say that, never guarantee on that, because the number of times that Real Sociedad gave the ball away inside their own half, that led to plenty of clear chances for Betis. Now, Manuel Pellegrini's men got the throw in deep inside the Sociedad half on the right hand side. Rebel plays it quickly. Straight all the way back inside the centre circle. Picked up by Valentin Gomez, the 22-year-old Argentine. Playing his 24th match of the campaign. To Altamira across the halfway line. To Ricardo Rodriguez. And this time, the Moroccan. We haven't seen much of Abdi Azazuli. We have seen a big chance from him. It was from the edge of the 6-yard box. Brilliant save by Romero. But apart from that, we haven't seen much of the 24-year-old. But he's one of the players, when he shines, he definitely shines. He's been absolutely brilliant. And now trying to receive the ball. Picked up by Hernandez to Altamira, but it was Abdi Al-Zazuli. There wasn't an offside position, speaking of which, for the Moroccan. We're out inside the last 10 minutes of the first half. And still 0-0 between Real Sociedad and Real Betis. This lovely flick on by Balantiki. Managed to find Oscarson, and now Kubo coming forward, cut through down the middle, chips it inside a penalty here, and it's shot by Oscarson, and a great save by Vayat, and on the rebound, Balantaki has the shot and hits the right-hand post, and in the end, the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a corner for Sociedad. 2 chances on the row for the home side. One from Oscarson, brilliantly saved. It was a lovely chip by Kubo into Oscarson, again one-on-one with the keeper. Brilliantly saved on the rebound. Balantiki hitting the right-hand post. And now Kubo this time with the corner. They need to be careful. Real Betis at this moment in time. Kubo with a cross inside the 6-yard box, headed away. This time by Rebel. And it's picked up by Real Sociedad. They gave the ball away again, and now Rodriguez, long ball forward, but it just could not reach Hernandez. But the ball this time is well picked up by Eritz, who gave the ball away to Abdi Azazuli inside the penalty area, trying to shoot, and now it's a brilliant save by Alex Romero. He managed to get a corner out of that Real Betis. But again, horrible pass by Eritz. He gave the ball away inside his own half again, and Abdi Azazuli came in like a shot from the left-hand side of the 6-yard box. It was quite a cute angle, but nevertheless, it was brilliantly saved by Alex Romero. He was on target, and now the cross inside the 6-yard box, well picked up by the 31-year-old. Remarkable game here at San Sebastian. And now the ball forward by Romero. Hoofed it straight. Managed to find Oyarzabal on the right-hand side of the penalty area. Trying to go around the players. He was brought down inside the box. And the referee sets play on. And now Real Betis coming on the counter-attack. This time from Fornals. Passing the ball down the middle. Picked up by Altamira. Switching the ball to the right side. Deep inside the Real Sociedad half. Picked up by Anthony. Managed to release Altamira again to Anthony on the edge of the box. Cut through down the middle. He has the shot, and that was a brilliant goal. A brilliant goal for Real Betis. Inside 39 minutes. He took his chance this time round. And Anthony, the Brazilian, scoring his 8th goal of the campaign. It's Real Sociedad 0, Real Betis 1. Beautiful finish by the Brazilian. It was a great counter-attack, but this time they managed to capitalize on that counter-attack. Plenty of mistakes by Real Sociedad. It was Anthony himself picked up the ball on the edge of the penalty area from more towards the right hand side, got through down the middle, and a beautiful shot from 19 yards out, left-footed shot, placing the ball calmly, beautifully to the right hand side of Alex Romero. And I think it's fair to say that Real Sociedad, who had few good chances themselves, but the number of errors they made inside their own half, eventually one of them is going to hit. And indeed, one of them did materialize, and it was Anthony who took advantage of one of the mistakes. Can Pellegrino Matarazzo, their manager, point this out to his players? I'm sure he'll be watching our frustration, thinking we're only a few minutes away to half time, but they couldn't hold on. But they are now on the move. Lovely ball from Carlos Soler. Managed to find Gomez on the left-hand side to Baron Dichia. Not far off from the left-hand side of the penalty area, trying to cut through down the middle. He's still with the ball. But that was good pressure here by Anthony, sending the ball all the way back to Kaletakar. We're inside the last 5 minutes of the first half. And it's the goal from Anthony in the 39th minute. It's 8th goal of the campaign that has given Real Betis the lead. Can Sociedad go back into level terms inside the last 4.5 minutes? They're on the ball. They gave the ball away again, this time on the halfway line. But this time Real Betis not relying on a counter-attack. They managed to get a free kick, however. It was a late challenge on Altamira, just inside their own half. Manuel Pellegrini's man. With some of the Real Sociedad players after that goal, they were complaining that Oyarzabal was challenged inside the penalty area by Rodriguez, but that was checked and cleared in the end. And moments later, Anthony with that beautiful goal from 19 yards out. And now they get another free kick on the halfway line. This time it's a foul against or for Abdi El-Zazzouli, the Moroccan international. Of course, he was part of the AFCON squad for his national side. Scored twice in 25 games for the national team. That's the ball forward here for Real Betis. Well picked up by Gomez. Suddenly the ball for Alex Romero. Down the middle to Jon Gorozdak. To Kaletakar. Inside 3 minutes of the first half. And Real Sociedad find himself trailing by a goal to nil at home. Of course, they already got European football, Real Sociedad. They're more or less, they are safe as well from relegation. It's Real Betis who chasing European football at the moment. It's all at stakes. And a win today mathematically will keep them in chance of Champions League football, but it will guarantee them definitely a European football. But now they need to defend, because Baron Dichia to Sergio Gomez from the left, across inside the box, and headed away by Ricardo Gomez, and it cleared by Eitar Rabal. It is picked up by Hernandez and managed to release. Abdi El-Zazzouli coming forward, has been chased by Eretz on the edge of the penalty area, and that was great defending by Eretz inside the box. An inch wrong, that would have been a penalty. But Sociedad managed to get a free kick because Martin took the ball forward and managed to get the free kick for his side just on the halfway line. That was a brilliant defending by 32-year-old Eretz right in front of Abdi El-Zazzouli. And now Sociedad on the move. Ball picked up from Cuba, trying to clear the ball away. Only as far as Sergio Gomez. To Carlos Soler. Trying to release the ball, but well intercepted by Anthony, the Brazilian. The goal scorer of the only goal of the match so far. Brilliant defending this time by Sociedad. It's picked up by Pantechia. Coming forward, managed to release. Cobo operated on the left-hand side now, but it's brilliant defending by Rabal. He just gave the ball away this time himself, the captain. And Barantekia was brought down by Anthony. The referee says play on. The ball is this time missed with Jon. To Oyarzabal. To Carlos Soler. Halfway through inside on the edge of the penalty area. Managed to release Barantekia on the left. Trying to cross the ball. But it's well blocked by Rabal. And the ball goes out. Play for a throw in on the left hand side of the Real Betis penalty area. Gomez sending the ball down the middle. Kaletakar looking for options. Only found Martin. And now Martin switching the ball to the right hand side. To Aritz. We're inside the last 30 seconds plus stoppage time, of course. And now Kaletakar managed to find Sergio Gomez. They've still got time to get the ball back. They have improved after Real Betis taking the lead through Anthony. And now Barantekia trying to go around two players, but the pass in the end wasn't as great. But they managed to get the throw in. Halfway through inside the Real Sociedad half. The ball played quickly to Carlos Soler. It's well picked up here by Jon for the home side. To Barantekia, who's been very active. The 24-year-old. Long ball forward in the edge of the penalty area. Managed to find Kuba, headed away. And this time Altamira managed to pass the ball. Managed to find Al Zazuli. Coming forward from the left, trying to release. Fornals deep inside the Real Sociedad half. And now Abdi gets the ball back inside the penalty. But that's a great cover again. But this time it's from Martin. Brilliant defending by the 20-year-old. And now managed to find, trying to release Oyarzabal. Long ball forward towards Oscarson. And Oscarson is chasing the ball. And now against the goalkeeper. And Vallas had to get way out of his goal to clear the ball away. The ball thrown Blake quickly on the right hand side of the penalty area to Kubo. Brilliant defending by Altamiro. We're inside the minute of stoppage time to be played. And now Real Betis just trying to keep the ball as much as they can. They've lost the ball. Kobo in the dying seconds of the stoppage time, passing the ball down the middle. And the ball well kept in by Vargas. That would have been a late corner. And it's going to be thrown in on the right hand side. And as we speak, the referee, Mr. Alejandro Muniz Ruiz, whistles for half time. It's one of the most exciting first half you'll ever see this season. Plenty of chances, both ends, mainly for Real Betis. And then in the end, they managed to break the deadlock in the 39th minute with a beautiful goal from Anthony from 19 yards out, down the middle, placing the ball to the right-hand side of Alex Romero. Anthony's 8th goal of the campaign. So it's half-time here in San Sebastian. It's Real Sociedad 0, Real Betis 1.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
Welcome back to the Stadio Municipal de Anoeta in San Sebastian. Half-time scoreline between Real Sociedad and Real Betis. The away side leading through that Anthony's goal in the 39th minute. His 8th goal of the campaign. Beautiful shot from 19 yards out down the middle. Placing the ball to the right-hand side of Alex Romero. And that goal that separates both sides at this moment in time. Of course, it's a massive boost for Real Betis if they can maintain that lead. Keep them at 5th place, but bring them seven points behind, 6 points, I beg your pardon, behind Atletico Madrid, and push them 6 points above Celta Vigo. Real Sociedad will remain in 9th with 43 points, but they've already secured European qualification. Sure, they would love to improve their league position. And so far, it's been so good for their manager, Pellegrino Matarazzo. Since taking over back in December, I think he'll have a long chat with his players at half-time due to the number of times they gave the ball away in the half. That we've seen plenty of one-on-one situations with the keepers. Happened about 4 times for Betis, twice with Real Sociedad, but it was Betis who took advantage of one of the mistakes that they made. They gave away plenty of time, the ball plenty of times. It's going to be Real Sociedad who gets off up and running in the second half. And off we go. Ball straight away inside the centre circle with Carlos Soler. We just wait to have any confirmation of any substitutions made at half-time at either side. But it's Real Betis on the move, but it's a bit too much here for Barranquilla. It's good defending by Héctor Rabal. It's going to be thrown for Real Betis. Confirmed there's been no substitution, so Real Sociedad for the second half. Romero in goal, Gomez, Caleta, Martin and Aris in defence. Barranquilla, Carlos Soler, Jon Gorazdak and Kubo in midfield, and then Oyarzabal alongside Oscarson. As for Betis, Vallas in goal, Rabal, Lorente, Gomez, Ricardo Rodriguez in defence, Altamira, Mark Roca and Anthony, Pablo Fornals and Abdi Al-Zazuli behind Hernandez. Real Sociedad keeping possession of the ball in the first minute or so. Find Jon down the middle and Barranquilla, a lovely release here for Carlos Soler coming through down the middle. He's still coming forward in the edge of the penalty area, trying to release Oyarzabal, but it was great interception by Diego Lorente, and the ball being cleared away by Real Betis, but it could not kept in by Aritz. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Betis, and you can see straight away Matarazzo clapping his hand on the touchline. Very happy with that response. Start of the second half. Now the ball forward for Betis, picked up by Abdi Zazuli. Coming inside the penalty area from the left. 1-on-1 with the keeper. A beautiful goal beautiful goal by the Moroccan. One of the best goals you'll ever see in La Liga this season. And it's the name of Abdi Al-Zazuli. In a cute angle, he managed to place the ball on the left-hand side of Romero. For a second, everyone would have thought it's Real Sociedad starting the better side in the first couple of minutes, but Abdi changed that straight away. He gave double his side lead to 2-0. Abdi picked up the ball, managed to keep the ball on the edge of, on the touch lines on the left-hand side. He managed to go around Martin. He got inside the penalty area from the left-hand side of the 6-yard box and from the edge of that acute angle. Beautiful finish. Placing the ball inside the left-hand side netting. What a start for Betis and what a goal for Abdi. His 9th goal of the campaign. We've only seen it a few times in the first half. And he made up for all of it in the second. And now the ball with Betis. Ball forward. Onish managed to find Caleta. Moments before that, Matarazzo, the Real Sociedad manager, was happy with that response in the first minute and a half. That did not last long with that beautiful finish by Abdi Al-Zazuli. It's mounted to climb now for the moment for the home side. Trailing by 2-0. Of course, the first goal scored by Anthony in the first half in the 39th minute. What can Sociedad do? Like I said, that win today for Betis, it will cement them, guarantees them a place in European football next season. And also, if it goes all wrong for Atletico Madrid in the remaining games, they still got a hope mathematically to get their Champions League football. Once more, this time Sociedad loses the ball again. And Altamira deep inside the Real Sociedad on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Sending the ball back to Abdi Al-Zazuli. Lovely play here by Moroccan, trying to release the ball to Hernandez, but it's well intercepted by Real Sociedad. And now Orzabal on the counter-attack, but across the halfway line. He got support from Barranquilla, tried to use it, but the ball was right ahead of him. And it's cleared away by Valles. And it's going to be throw in for Real Sociedad just inside the Real Betis half. Play quickly, managed to find the Japanese Kubo on the right hand side. He's got 2 players in front of him, sending the ball down the middle to Yon. Ball still being played inside the Real Betis half. Now Gomez cuts through inside the centre circle, managed to find Martin. Of course, Real Sociedad already secured a place in continental football after that win in the final against Atletico Madrid in the Copa del Rey a couple of weeks ago. Nevertheless, doesn't mean they'll stop now. They love to improve in their position, and now Barranquilla trying to do so. But the pass in the end just could not find Soler on the left. The ball goes up, play, it's going to be thrown in. It looks like inside the first 6 minutes from the restart, Matarazzo seems like he's seen enough. Already seen, looks like 2 or 3 players warming up and having final instructions by their manager. He's not happy about his team trailing by 2-0 with that early goal in the second half through Abdi Al-Zazuli. She'll wait and see. The ball has gone out of play. Ball with Martin deep inside his own half for Real Sociedad. Of course, as it stands, as we mentioned, Betis are with 56 points. A very good position for them, applying the pressure on Madrid, of course, who lost to Celta Vigo at home early on today. And now the ball for Betis, trying to clear the ball, and well intercepted this time by Diego Llorente. And now Rabal, just outside his own penalty area. Now plenty of Real Sociedad chasing the back line of Real Betis. And the play that short passes inside their own half, and lovely play once more, this time by Abdi, trying to get the receiving ball, but fell by Fornals. And now Orzabal coming through down the middle. Lovely pass onto Barranquilla, trying to send the ball back to Oyarzabal, but he got the ball on the rebound. And here's once more on the ball, a few yards outside the penalty area to Oyarzabal. The ball down the middle to Sergio Gomez, trying to find Oscarson down to Green's clearance, right in front of about Ricardo Rodriguez. Brilliant play by Sociedad, but brilliant defending by the 33-year-old Swissman. Came right in front of the Icelandic man, and he cleared the ball away. It's going to be a corner. Third corner of the match for Real Sociedad, fourth in total. Coming from the right-hand side, across inside the box, headed away by Abdi Zazuli. As far as the centre circle, picked up by Gomez. To Jon. No, Gomez was surrounded by 4 players, and he lost the ball. And now they're going on a counter-attack again. And this time it's Fornals, 1-on-1 with the keeper. Coming inside the penalty, has a shot. That is a great save by Romero. But after that, the referee had whistled for offside. It wouldn't have been counted. But these gaps are appearing all the time in the Real Sociedad defence. And Fornals was the last one. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Brilliantly saved, but wouldn't have counted. Now we're going to see the substitutions coming on. It's Take Kubo coming off, replaced by number 15 Marin for Real Sociedad. And also Carlos Soler, the former PSG player, is coming off, being replaced by number 24 Sucic. So double substitutions, of course. The Croatian, the 23-year-old Luka Sucic, already got 3 goals in this campaign, having joined from RB Salzburg back in 2024. 12 goals so far for his country, Croatia. Whereas for Pablo Marin, the 22-year-old, part of the academy, been with the first squad for the last 3 seasons. Now trying to keep the ball, but it's a bit too much. Ball goes out of play. It's going to be thrown for Real Betis, deep inside their own half. We should see if this double substitution will make a difference for Matarazzo. You can see the frustration on the Japanese international. Take Kubo did not look happy with the substitution. He doesn't look happy sitting on the bench either. Nevertheless, the manager have to do something. That second early goal in the second half for Real Betis. Couldn't wait for another 10-15 minutes. Now the ball is going to be for Real Sociedad. Just hit the 55th minute mark of just joining us. Sociedad trading at home by 2-0. Goals from Anthony in the 39th minute and Abdi Zazuli the 2nd minute of the second half. And now Rodriguez, long ball forward from the left. It's just a bit too much for Hernandez. Go for throw in. Play quickly this time by Aritz. Gets the receiving ball. Passing the ball down the middle. Picked up by Jon. To Sucic. Long ball towards the left. Deep inside the Betis half. Picked up by Gomez. Just could not find a space. It's not plenty of players in front for the cross. But now this time once more with Sucic. Gets the ball, trying to find Barranquilla on the left-hand side, but the last touch by Barranquilla was a bit heavy. The ball goes straight in the hand of the keeper, Vallas. Straight away, you can see the influence of the Croatian in that Real Sociedad side. Well, he needs to do more than that. Get his team back into the game, trailing by 2-0. Now there's a free kick against the Moroccan Abdi Zazuli deep inside his own half. And Jon plays it quickly. He's still arguing with the referee, Abdi. I don't know why. It was quite obvious from right in front of Mr. Ruiz. And now the ball switched to the left-hand side. Managed to pick up Gomez. Cross inside the box. And a header! But this time by Marin, it goes sideways. And it's picked up by Altamira. Now Real Betis trying to go on a counter-attack. Managed to find Abdi Zazuli, lovely flick on forward, and now he's going forward from the left-hand side. Managed to beat Artes, but the cross in the end in the hands of Romero. And now Real Sociedad being pressurised in the back, but that cross from the left by Sergio Gomez from the right side of the 6-yard box. Marin had the target in front of him, but he headed forwards, and now once more Marin inside the penalty area from the right hand side against Rodriguez, trying to keep the ball. It was good defending by the Swiss international. Marin managed to get another corner for his side. The 4th corner for Real Sociedad. 5 in total. Taken quickly by Sucic. Managed to find Baron Dichia. Baron Dichia to Sucic from the left hand side. Chipped the ball inside the box. Headed away by Diego Llorente. And now it hasn't been cleared yet. Another cross. And this time Llorente on the second time round cleared the ball away. Headed back by Real Sociedad to Baron Dichia. The ball still inside the Real Betis half. And now Baron Dichia coming from down the middle. They should get the support from Sergio Gomez to Luka Sucic. Sucic chipped the ball, lovely ball towards the left-hand side and picked up by Marin, but the referee has given a free kick against Marin. It was a possible use of the hand to control the ball. But Luka Sucic, since he come on, he has been big influencer over the last few minutes. And now we're going to see substitutions for Real Betis. It's Riquelme is coming on for the away side. He's replacing the first goal scorer, the Brazilian Anthony, because he opened his scoring in the 39th minute, scoring an 8th goal of the campaign in La Liga. And Riquelme, the 26-year-old with 1 goal in this campaign so far, the former Atletico Madrid player. He's coming as a sub. How much he would love to double his lead, double his tally in this match. The exciting right winger, who's on the ball now, sending the ball back to Rebel. Now, the pressure now coming from the front line for Real Sociedad, trying to keep them inside their own half, and I must admit, they have been as successful the way Real Betis have done it, because they've managed to get plenty of mistakes off them, especially in the first half. They only materialised and capitalised on one occasion. Now it's through the goal through Anthony. It was a very similar situation when Abdi picked up the ball from Aritz with a beautiful finish from the cute angle. It's definitely worth a watch. And now Real Betis gets the ball again, and now they're going once more on a counter-attack, and now Riquelme coming forward from the right-hand side inside the penalty area, trying to have a shot. Great save by Romero. And the ball goes out play. Riquelme with a electric pace inside the penalty area. He was looking for someone to cross. He couldn't find it. He was about 4 yards on the right hand side of the 6-yard box. He gave it a go, and again similar to Abdi, but this time he was brilliantly saved by Romero. He's going for a throw in on the other end on the left hand side. We're inside the last 29 minutes, and a throw inside the penalty area, picked up this time by Oretabal. We're trying to go on the counter-attack here, trying to raise Oscarson. He gets the ball, but it was brought down. The referee says play on. Baron Dichia crossing the halfway line. There's plenty of British players back, but Baron Dichia still in charge of the ball, this time on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Baron Dichia, 2 players in front of him, trying to cross the ball, and now it's good defending by Real Betis. Brilliant defending by Rebal. And Baron Dichia, he gets a yellow card for dissent. He thought it was going to be a corner for Sociedad, and he really complained hard because it was a goal kick. It was his last touch. Baron Dichia get the yellow card, the first yellow card of the match for descent. And that force for Barranquilla. Long ball forward, headed away by Real Sociedad. Betis gets the ball back, this time deep inside their own half. Now Abdi Azazuli defending deeper inside the Real Betis half. It goes all the way back to Alvaro Valles. Because he did get he's on 4 yellow cards. Barranquilla one more and he'll be suspended. And now Real Betis Sociedad managed to pick up the ball. Erethabal down the middle of the edge of the penalty area. De Jong, and Jong with a shot. And there's one goal back in the 63rd minute. And Real Sociedad gives themselves a hope. And it's Real Sociedad 1, Real Betis 2. And that is Jon Gorazate's second goal of the campaign. Beautiful finish. And again, it was on the counter-attack, but this time it's for Real Sociedad. It was Oyarzabal who picked up the ball just outside the penalty area, managed to find Jon, who was just inside the penalty area. He chipped the ball over Valles, but they're checking for offside to see if not Gorodiak, but it may be is Oyarzabal who was on an offside position. Having seen it second time round, it's going to be very, very tight. On line with Aitor Rabal. So it's going to be a long check for the goal. And the referee have decided, in fact, it is an offside. So the goal would not count, and it remains Real Sociedad 0, Real Betis 2. And it was the pass that Oyarzabal picked up that actually was millimeters away offside, just ahead of Rabal, who also gets a yellow card, also for dissent. The two players getting a yellow card, one for Barranquilla for Sociedad and the other for the captain from Betis, and both for dissent. Long ball forward, deep inside the Sociedad half, cleared away by Sucic. And now Oyarzabal managed to cross the halfway line, coming forward, surrounded by 4 players. And that was a brilliant defending by Altamira. He's been pushed out, and he managed to get the free kick. It was a push by Oyarzabal and Barranquilla. And they can breathe a bit here, Real Betis. The free kick, deep inside their own half. We just passed the 65th minute mark. It's Real Sociedad 0, Real Betis 2. Goal from Anthony in the 39th minute, and Abdi Azazuli in the 47th. We have seen a goal disallowed for Jon Gorazate for Real Sociedad a few moments ago, but that was disallowed for marginal offside, to be fair. But offside is offside. Sociedad once more on the move, picked up by Jon again. Managed to find Kaletakar. He's playing just outside his own penalty area. To João Martin. Couldn't fault João Martin today. The 20-year-old. Most of the mistakes has been given away inside their own half, but mainly from the midfielders for the home side. And now Barranquilla, who's been very active throughout the match, is on the ball. Just on the halfway line, managed to cross inside the Real Betis half, and now coming from the left-hand side, trying to find a space. He's only managed to find Jon inside the centre circle. Trying to switch the ball to the right, but decided against it. And now Sucic inside the centre circle, gives the ball away again, and now the ball forward to Hernandez, and he's been chased by Kaletakar, and he was brought down by Kaletakar. The referee says play on. It was just outside the penalty area. The referee didn't find anything wrong with that challenge by the 29-year-old Croatian. And Now Real Sociedad on the move again, passing the ball forward to Barranquilla, deep inside the Real Sociedad half, been faced by Riquelme. Barranquilla once more, trying to chip the ball inside the penalty area, but it wasn't the best of chips. Well cleared away by Real Betis. The ball goes all the way as far as the halfway line, picked up by Caleta. Ball once more for Real Sociedad on the move. Barranquilla to Jon. To Sergio Gomez. They're playing deep inside the Real Betis half. And Betis being defending well. Now Sucic coming forward. Managed to reach Oscarsson. Cross inside the 6-yard box. And now it's Oyarzabal. And surely there's nothing wrong with that goal. Oh yes there is. Straight away the ball. The goal has been ruled out for offside for Oyarzabal. And I'm sure VAR, they'll be checking that. And it does look like Oscarsson is the one who's caught an offside position before passing the ball cross through down the middle. So that goal also is going to be disallowed for Real Sociedad. And we are going to see the second substitutions here for Real Betis. And it's going to be Altamira might be coming off. In fact, it's going to be double substitution. It's Soufiane Amrabat. He's coming on alongside Isco and Altamira. And Pablo Fornals are both coming off. Of course, Isco, who's been injured since November in one of the European games, and that sidelined him to a very long time until a couple of weeks ago. And he made about 3 substitute appearances for Real Betis. Nevertheless, we have seen plenty of talent still on him, and he's back on the field here alongside Soufiane Amrabat, and also Carlos Rodriguez also coming off, and Hector Bellerin has come on as well. There's been a triple substitutions for Real Betis. In control with the ball with Diego Llorente. Managed to find Rubal. Long ball forward, been chased by Hernandez. Now the ball forward inside the penalty area, picked up by Abdi on the left hand side. Abdi, but the referee is given a free kick or an offside against the Moroccan. It was a mistake by Romero, who's way outside his own goal line. It was Soufiane Amrabat cross, who managed to find his colleague Abdi Al-Zazuli, but he was in an offside position. Past the 70th minute mark, under 20 minutes to go. Still time for Real Sociedad to get back into the game. They've already scored 2 goals. Real Sociedad in the 63rd and the 68th minute, but both goals have marginally been ruled out for offside. And now Barranquilla coming once more from the left. Lovely play, managed to go around Bellerin. Cross inside the 6-yard box. Managed to find Marin. And Marin with a shot. And it takes a great block. And it's another shot. And this time it goes over the bar. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Betis. Lovely play by Barranquilla, who managed to get the cross. And Marin, the shot was blocked by Bellerin, and then down the middle by Jon. Plays the ball all the way bar. Still trying Real Sociedad. Real Betis at this moment in time sitting comfortably, leading here away by 2-0. Of course, you can see some disappointing faces on the bench as far as Matarazzo's team is concerned. Plenty of mistakes have been made by Real Sociedad in this match, but they have started to pick up a bit. after Abdi's second goal. The 2 goals they've scored has been disallowed. Bellerin, long throw, trying to find Abdi Azazuli. Surrounded by 2 players, managed to go around him. And now Abdi's still with the ball, but he managed to get the corner in the end. It was good defending by Marin. That's Real Betis' only second corner of the match, 6 in total. It's going to be taken from the left-hand side. Beautiful skills by the Moroccan. As it stands, Real Betis keeping an unrealistic but mathematically possible getting a Champions League spot. Across by Isco, inside the 6-yard box, being pushed wide by Romero. It picked up by Riquelme on the edge of the penalty area, but that was great defending by Marin. He's still with the ball. He thought about the cross on the counter-attack, but straight away was covered by Riquelme. But the referee has stopped play because Real Betis player is down injured inside the Sociedad penalty area. It looks like it was a collision between Alex Romero and Abdi Anzalzouli. It was Romero trying to punch the ball. He managed to do so right in front of the Moroccan, but his hands managed to hit Abdi by mistake by the side of it. Plenty of apologies by the 31-year-old goalkeeper, and Abdi seemed to be okay now, and we have resumed. And now Sucic managed to find Barantikia on the halfway line for Real Sociedad. To John Martin inside the centre circle. His time is running out. It's not late yet. Oyarzabal playing a deeper role at the moment, but rushed by Hector Bellerin. And now Kaletekar from the left managed to pick up Sucic. Luka Sucic, the Croatian. They're trying again, this time from the left-hand side here. Real Sociedad. Sending the ball down the middle to Yon, coming forward. Great interception by Amrabat, but it's ghost ball straight to Oyarzabal, to Marin on the right hand side. Cross inside the 6-yard box, and a great touch by Valles. Then eventually was cleared away by Valentin Gomez. All the way deep inside the Real Sociedad half. Brilliant save by the 28-year-old goalkeeper. And now Sociedad once more on the attack. Sucic this time, passing the ball down the middle to Yon. To the left-hand side to 30-year-old Gomez. Managed to find Sucic on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Managed to go around the player to down the ball down the middle to Barantikia. He nearly lost the ball, but it's well corrected by Yon. And now they lose the ball here. And now both teams are losing it, but Yon comes once more. Managed to find a shot this time by Oyarzabal. Well blocked by Real Betis. They can't clear it enough yet because now Barantikia trying to release Gomez on the left. But it's cleared away by Rubal. Deep inside the Real Sociedad half, and now we're inside the last quarter of an hour. And Betis leading away by 2-0. Real Betis, who have scored 2 goals themselves in the 63rd and the 68th minute. Both goals had been disallowed marginally for offside. Marin from the right, managed to pick up Oyarzabal, gets the receiving ball on the right hand side here. Marin against the defender. Marin managed to get inside the penalty area. Cross the ball, but he was a bit too much on it. It was a very heavy ball, but in the end, it did take a touch off the Betis player. And the throw and play quickly from the left-hand side for Real Sociedad. Barantikia once more against Riquelme. Magic cross inside the box, but this time straight in the hands of the keeper, Alvaro Valles. Didn't cause any threat. It was hardly anyone waiting for it inside the 6-yard box. And now he released it to Hector Bellerin, who's playing on the left back position. Of course, he used to play on the right back position, but we have got Hector Rubal at the moment playing on the right hand side. And of course, Bellerin himself is on the ball now. Ball goes all the way back to the keeper, Alvaro Valles, but a couple of players from Real Sociedad piling the pressure, but eventually leads the ball forward. This time it's picked up by Aritz. Good block here by Mark Rocker. We're going to see another substitution for Real Sociedad. It's going to be Aritz who'll be coming off. the right back. He's being replaced by number 42, Carrera. And also Real Sociedad. They're making the fourth, Real Betis, in fact, they're making the fifth and final substitution. And it's Hernandez. He's coming off. He's being replaced by number 18, Diosa. Of course, still got two more substitutions to be made as far as Real Sociedad is concerned. We've got inside the last 12.5 minutes to go. And they're in possession with the ball. That's the touch by Marin. Long ball forward. It's a bit too much for Oscarson to chase. And the ball goes out of play, and it's going to be a goal kick for Real Betis. So you've got a chance to see Abdi's goal. Remarkable finish. He managed to escape Jean Martin and managed to go around the player inside a penalty area from the left-hand side from a cute angle on the edge of the 6-yard box. It's not always easy to see that sort of finishes ending in the back of the net, but his shot definitely did. The talented Abdi El Zazuli, of course. He was part of the Barcelona side that won Copa del Rey back in 2021, but he played only numerous games. He wasn't a regular for the Catalonian club. Now the ball's been cleared away, picked up by Martin inside the centre circle for Real Sociedad. And now the ball with Sucic, just inside the Betis half, been chased by Isco, but managed to find a space, managed to find Marin on the left-hand side. Plenty of players inside the penalty, having a cross, and the ball by Oscarson, and that goal, is it going to count? We will wait and see, because Real Sociedad get a goal back. And that's the third goal of the match, but probably the first goal that is going to count. And that will be his 7th goal of the campaign. It was a lovely cross from the left by Barranquilla. And managed to find Oscarson on the edge of the 6-yard box in between two defenders, and managed to bounce the ball down on the ground above Valles. From what I can see, that goal will stand, but it's a beautiful and a typical striker's finish. And we got a game on. We're inside the last 10 minutes. Can Real Sociedad get at least a draw? They have improved a lot since the substitutions come on. Marin, Sucic and Carrera. They managed to score 3 goals, only one that counted. And now they're on the move again. They managed to find Marin on the right-hand side of the penalty area against Hector Bellerin. Marin still with the ball, trying to go around him. Sending the ball back. Picked up by Sucic. Chips the ball inside the penalty area to Barranquilla. And Oscarson complete missed the ball. What a chance for Real Sociedad again. It was a lovely cross by Sucic. Managed to find Barranquilla just inside the penalty area on the left-hand side. On the volley, sending the ball inside the 6-yard box, and Oscarson just could not get to the end of the ball, and that would easily would have been his 2nd goal of the match. And after a long consideration, that would have been counted, because Barranquilla was in an offside position. A free kick was given, but nevertheless it still counts as a chance. And now, once more, Real Sociedad coming on the counter-attack, Sucic. But the ball forward, just could not find any players from his colleagues. Straight in the hands of the keeper, Alvaro Valles. What Betis need to do now, they need to be careful inside the last 8.5 minutes. And they have started themselves losing the ball. There's been plenty of pressure by Real Sociedad in the last 10-15 minutes or so. It's now Bellerin. Can he release the pressure a bit? On the halfway line, Mark Roca to Diego Lorente. Deep inside their own half is about 5 players now chasing that back line of Real Betis. And that Oscarson's goal in the 80th minute definitely giving him a lifeline to get at least a draw here. Valles, long ball forward, deep inside the Real Sociedad half, is well intercepted by Marin. Caleta Car with that pressure, sending it back to his keeper Alex Romero. Gets the receiving ball back here, the Croatian defender, the 29-year-old. Now they're coming forward, still deep inside their own half, to Jean Martin. It's been one of the most exciting matches that you can ever watch here. Not just the 3 goals, but the chances, especially in the first half, at both ends. And now Baron Tichia once more on the left-hand side of penalty area. Managed to get it across inside the 6-yard box, but this time it's well picked up by Valles once more. The 28-year-old goalkeeper right in front of Oscarson again. It's been a massive threat. That was a late challenge by the goal scorer himself. And get himself a yellow card. Just like the challenge from behind on the Betis player Hector Bellerin. It's the 3rd yellow card of the match, after his colleague Balanticha receiving the first one, and then Aitor Rebal the other for Real Betis. Nevertheless, still got about around 6 minutes plus stoppage time for Real Sociedad to get something out of this game. As we know, as far as Real Betis is concerned, who are on the move up the inside the penalty area, switching the ball inside the 6-yard box, cleared away by Real Sociedad. In the end, the last touch by Diosa goes out, play is going to be goal kick for the home side. Released quickly, picked up by Barantegia again, across the halfway line. Plenty of Real Sociedad players ahead of him now. And now Yon coming forward down the middle. Managed to find Oyarzabal on the edge of the penalty area, trying to cut across. He had the shot, but straight in the hands of the keeper, Valles. Wasn't a bad attempt. A low shot by the captain, who scored 132 goals in 434 games so far, and he's the club's top goal scorer of all time. Every goal he scores, very similar to Antoine Griezmann's situation for Atletico Madrid. Every time they score goals, they broke their own records as far as the history of the club is concerned. And now Sucic comes more, passing ball down the middle, picked up through Oscarson, goes to Marin on the right hand side, been chased by Abdi Azazou. Great defending by the Moroccan. And now he gets the receiving ball, now he's coming forward with a pace. Abdi, and he was brought back this time round. It's going to be free kick against Marin. We're inside the last 5 minutes of the match. It's Real Sociedad 1, Real Betis 2. Just a reminder that Anthony opened the scoring for the away side in the 39th minute, then Abdi in the 2nd minute of the second half for Oscarson, scoring the 80th minute. And that definitely gives Real Sociedad hope. They just conceded another free kick, this time inside their own half here, Real Sociedad. A late challenge on Isco, the former Real Madrid player. Isco played 353 games, scoring 53 goals for Real Madrid in the period between 2013 and 2022. Plenty of trophies with the Galacticos. And now the 34-year-old. He's still enjoying his time for Betis, but that long-term injury this season definitely affected them. But they're coming this time from the right-hand side with Riquelme inside the penalty area, trying to go around the defender, passing the ball down the middle, and the shot, but is well blocked by Caleta Car. It's picked up by Stefan Amrabat. Amrabat with the ball. Managed to find Rebel. Rebel down the middle to Marco Roca. And now Isco on the edge, on the half side, just in the edge of the penalty area, but the shot from Isco slight deflection, it goes out of play. And it's going to be corner for Real Betis, 7th corner of the match, 3rd for Real Betis. Be taken from the right hand side. With 3 minutes to go. It's going to be Isco himself. Be taking a corner. Cross inside the box. Headed away by Real Sociedad. They managed to pick up the ball once more here, Real Betis. With Hector Bellerin passing the ball forward. Picked up Al-Zalzouli on the left hand side. There's a no rush. He's deep inside the opposition half, but he wasn't in the rush to get the ball out, but they lost the ball here. And now Real Sociedad on the counter attack, and now there's a challenge on Barranquilla, but the referee says play on. He was very happy with the challenge by Marc Roca. And now Real Betis playing with danger themselves inside their own half. And now the ball forward, chipped towards the left hand side, picked up by Abdi Al-Zalzouli again. Al-Zalzouli against Martin, managed to go around him, and then he was brought down. And the referee has given a free kick against Martin with that late challenge. Abdi Al-Zalzouli gone around the 20-year-old. And our frustration managed to throw his feet in front of him. We're inside the last minute and a half of the match plus stoppage time. It's going to be a dangerous free kick about 2-3 yards from the left-hand touchline. The left-hand side of the penalty area. Play it short to Isco. He gets the receiving ball here, the Moroccan. Trying to chip the ball forward, but it's well intercepted this time by Marin. And now the Real Sociedad trying to get up their own half at the moment. There's plenty of Real Betis players in the opposition half. And now all of a sudden retrieving. We're inside the last minute. Can Sociedad go back into level terms? Yon, lovely ball forward to Oyarzabal, coming forward down the middle. Oyarzabal still in possession, sending the ball to the left hand side, picked up by Sergio Gomez to Barranquilla. Barranquilla against 2 defenders, trying to cross, and the ball hits the hand, and it's going to be a penalty for Real Sociedad inside the last minute. It was Barranquilla who's on the left-hand side of the penalty area. There was 2 players in front of him and managed to try to cross the ball, and it seems like the hand, trying to see if it was Llorente, I think it's Riquelme's hand, blocked it. And the referee straight away pointing on the spot, but at the process, Diego Llorente got a yellow card as well. In fact, it was Rabel's hand. It was the ball that Rabel, the captain, that conceded the penalty. But Diego Llorente got a yellow card for dissent. It's going to be 5 minutes of stoppage time. We already played 30 seconds of it. And this is the chance for Oyarzabal to score his 15th goal of the campaign. His 133rd goal for the club and break his own history. Oyarzabal against Valles. Oyarzabal stepping forward into the back of the net. And it's Real Sociedad 2, Real Betis 2, and it's the captain equalising after being trailing by 2-0 from the 47th minute till Oscarson get one back in the 80th, and now in the first minute of stoppage time, Oyarzabal from the penalty spot scoring his 15th goal of the campaign, his 133rd goal for his club, and he's broke his own record again. 1-3-3 in 4-3-4 matches. A remarkable record It's not as bad for Real Sociedad as much is for Real Betis. And now we play 2 minutes of stoppage time of the 5, and now Real Sociedad once more, they're going on a counter-attack themselves, and as Baron Dicker on the left, managed to cross the ball inside the 6-yard box, and the header has been saved, and on the rebound, Oscarsson's ball goes way over the bar. Brilliant save again by the keeper, Valles. Save on the goal line. Lovely cross by Baron Dicker. And with a header by Carrera from 6-yard box. And that would have been a complete comeback by Real Sociedad. It's going from bad to worse for Betis, because now they remain 5th place, but with 54 points. And they are 10 points behind Getafe, who's got a game to play. So as it stands, mathematically, they haven't guaranteed European football as it stands here with 2-2. Of course, they're 9 points behind Atletico Madrid on the Champions League place. There's 3 games to go after this. It does look that Atletico Madrid only need 1 point out of the last 3. And now Real Sociedad is still in possession and is still hungry for that 3rd goal. It seems like the game feels like it's affecting Real Sociedad more than Real Betis. And now look at Susic once more, passing the ball to Baron Dicker. On the left-hand side of the penalty here against Rukermi. Pass the ball down the middle. Susic crossed the ball. But this time straight in the hand of the keeper, Valles. It's been a great performance by Real Sociedad. Credit for Matarazzo. We definitely brought to them the fighting spirit since joining in December 6 months ago. The team was in the lower half, and not only picked them up and improved their league position, but they won them the Copa del Rey. Baron Dicker once more on the left, trying to go around a player, trying to cross through down the middle, and managed to chip the ball inside the penalty area, but headed away by Hector Bellerin, right in front of Marin. But the linesman flagged the offside. It's going to be free kick for Real Betis with 30 seconds to go. That would have been the 3rd goal easy if it wasn't for that brilliant save by Valles. Straight after the 2nd goal by Oyarzabal. And now the free kick will be taken by Alvaro Valles himself. We're playing in the dying seconds here. A log ball forward, deep inside the Real Sociedad halves. Bit too much for Abdi Al-Zazuli. And the ball goes out, play for a goal kick. And that could be the last chance. We exceeded the 5 minutes, but of course we did see a goal in the stoppage time, so it's time probably for one more chance. And Baron Dicker has been pulled back, and it's